Shalom, this is Yehudit Gofar from Tzfat. It's now the 9th day of the 40 days of Teshuvah, of returning to our essential selves, forgiveness and compassion. And on this 9th day, focus is on the Hey, the lower Hey of the Yud K Vav K. I've been coming up through the Sefirot from Malkhut towards Keter. We're on the 9th day, which is the 9th level, is Chochmah. It's actually, we're in the world of Asiyah on the whole channeling here of the lower Hey. So I'm wearing some brown today to indicate Malkhut's world of Asiyah in the rainbow system, and blues for Chochmah, with my necklace with my little Yud that I have, because in the Yud K Vav K, Chochmah represents the Yud. If you come down through the worlds, it's the world of Atzilut. And the Hey itself is the pathway between Keter and Chochmah. So that's my reason for wearing different blues and white. White to try to represent Keter somewhat, and blues from very dark to lighter and lighter blues to represent the blue of Chochmah. There are other opinions as to what colors go with which Sefirot, and which each Sefirah has there's different systems with the different colors, and I play with that a little bit. The main thing I want to, I guess, share with you is just a consciousness of when you dress and the combinations, and to try new things and to try combinations you wouldn't normally think about, and think in terms of what you might need or want to be reminded of that day. Chochmah for me has that sense of unity that the Yud particularly represents for me, and it's a single dot that's the beginning of each letter. And the Hey itself also for me has a sense of beginnings because of the opening. It's like the birth passage, and it's something comes in and then comes out as transformed into a whole baby out the birth canal. So there's a lot of new beginnings in my image of Hey, as well as the way I do the movements, that I end by start by going back and end by stepping forward up to the window, and Hey is associated with window as a pictograph. There's lots of other associations with Hey. And I'm doing the offering Hey, as I call it, for the Hey in the place of the world of Asiyah. And part of the feeling that I get from that, I usually get my associations after the fact. I don't have a idea and then make a letter from it. The letters come through naturally, and HaShem likes to make these little changes periodically for me, and then I try to understand what message I can get from that. So when I do the offering Hey, stepping back, bringing my hands together and giving over something. It's like the receiving into myself and then the giving over to the world and manifesting for the lower Hey of Asiyah, the world of action. And stepping forward. And just a side personal piece here. Yesterday we had a Haknasah Torah in our community here, and I was gifted with being able to have a letter filled in for me towards the end of the Torah, and it was the ayin was the letter of the word Asah, and a word to act. It's the root for action. And I'm in the world of Asiyah and coming up to that place of Chochmah, where it's visioning beyond words. Because for me, the ayin has a lot to do with vision. And it was just felt very satisfying and very right at this time in my life to get an ayin in the Torah, the new Torah for the community here. So let's go back to the stepping back with the right foot. I don't put my weight back initially. I place my foot, then my hands come together and come up and offering. And sometimes you'll see that I'm not doing full forward, and that's just because this is a very new movement for me, and there's one that's very similar to it that I used to do for the final day. I like this one. This is some sense of a overview here, and then stepping up to the window. And you can kind of fill in for yourself as you do the movements. Feel what it brings up for you. I have a system where I look at the 4 levels of Torah interpretation in terms of my movements, so that I ask myself with my each movement, when I get to a position, you know, what's physically a shot, you know, what's the feel like in this position? What's it, where is all the positioning? That's the Asiyah, the Peshat level. Then the Remes level, the hinting at what's my emotional state when I'm in this place. And then what does it hint at mentally? The intellect comes in. And then the final one is sod, which I phrase as, who am I? As this letter, the letter Hey. And this is combined for Chochmah with the Petach. The Petach we do with feet shoulder width apart, parallel to each other. And it's a single line, and I bring my hands in, left hand inside the right, and make a straight line. Wherever it's comfortable there, with your shoulders relaxed and keeping it whole, because Chochmah is a holistic vision beyond words. The flash, you can call it, but also the sense of holding all the parts in one and connecting with the one. And now I do the 10 repetitions, starting each level of the Tree of Life, Kabbalistic Tree of Life, with the letter Hey, the lower Hey, the final Hey, and combining that with the Petach of Chochmah. And I go from Malkhut all the way up to Keter in my repetitions, internally following parts of my body. So from Malkhut, and I'm pretty consistent now of doing what I call the crossover when the Sefirot is in the central column. So like with Malkhut, Yesod, Sefirot, and Keter, I'll start on one side with the Hey and move to the other side for the Petach. I don't always do that, and I have a choice when I get to Sefirot where I want to go, whether I repeat the right side of Netzach or go over to the left side before Gevurah. And I find that on the way up, ascending the tree, I'm tending to do my Sefirot on the left side and crossing over, and then coming back to Gevurah. And when I'm descending, I usually do it the other way around. It's just, but play with it. There's no set pattern. It's good if, as you find your body wanting to do something, just observe it and notice it, and then maybe ask, I wonder why that happened, and if there's a meaning there for me or not. Okay, so stepping back on the left for Malkhut, pointing the toe, stepping forward and closing, and then I'm going to step to the right feet parallel. At the top. And close. I'm going to move back a little bit so I'm more in the frame. Stepping back right for your Yesod. And crossing over to the left for the Petach. And you can sound or not sound. Left for Hod. Right for Netzah. Left and then cross over for Tiferet. Left for Gevurah. Right for Hesed. Left for Bina. Right for Chochmah. And left to cross over for Keter. Letting HaShem breathe me, grounding, centering, letting the energies pass from Keter, my crown, all the way through the body, all the Sefirot, to Malkhut, to my feet, and down to the stones here, and down to the earth, into the earth. Whatever it takes to let HaShem help to center me and ground me and feel how HaShem breathes me at every moment. The unity underlying my receiving in order to act. Hopefully in alignment with that one place of oneness. So I bless us that we may have the wisdom and be endowed with the wisdom and blessed with that sense of the unity between all of humankind and all of creation, really, within Hashem's embrace, and have these flashes of sensing the wholeness of each situation so we know how to act in this situation and bring forth the best of Hashem's vision for the world at each moment in our lives and in ourselves and in our relationships and all through all the variations of the Tree of Life. So many blessings to you on this 9th day of the 40 days of Teshuvah. Blessings to you.